Hello, 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 and welcome back to another exciting episode of Nothing Zilch Nada. We're your hosts, Xavier Dean,
And Jacob Green.
back at it again with the whole live, in person uh recording rather
It's been
than
a while since we've done one of these.
I know, we need to do more.
Yeah.
Maybe next couple will be in person.
Yeah, we've just been very busy this summer,
Mm-hmm.
having our own weekend getaways, him having his stuff involving disc golf, and me having a bunch of gigs out of town. But
Yep.
funnily enough, though, we've been able to record a whole bunch of episodes despite all that.
Mm-hmm. We have.
Um, but we're back at it in person together. And this is something that I wanted to plan to do since the beginning of summer, and that is to do our next iteration of our Pokemon tier list, which is Gen 5.
Yep.
And Generation 5 is by far, to this day, the biggest number of Pokemon that we've seen yet
Yep.
at 156. So this
Yep.
means
So.
that this is like the largest generation that we've seen yet.
Mm-hmm.
So now you might think that it's absurd as we've as we're gonna go down the tier list that like, oh, this feels a lot like Kanto. And well, first off, previous generations have had their own iterations, and follow-up generations are gonna have their own iterations of similar concepts. They're gonna have their own birds, their own fish, as
Mm-hmm.
much as we've expressed our opinions on those.
Just a bird and just a
But
fish.
in the case of this generation, there's a reason why there are so many different Pokemon, though, despite it, that there's a lot. You know, Gen 5 was probably one of the most ambitious generations to come out at the time, because not only did it have a whole bunch of new Pokemon, but those were the only Pokemon that were available. In previous games, you had um, the options of older Pokemon as well. Well, that was fun. You also had those people that are Gen 1ers and are just
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, I'll just run with the new starter, and then the rest are just like Gen 1 Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Game Freak decided, no, you're only going to play with these new Pokemon and you're going to like them. In fact, you only had the new Pokemon until the post game after you become
Mm-hmm.
champion. That's how much they wanted to drive this concept. Now, of course, that was with the games Black and White. Black and White 2, they were a little bit more forgiving and allowed you a whole bunch of different options. But again, those were sequel games that came out 2 years later. So it made sense that they waited until these iterations of the games to come out.
Yep.
And not only that, though, this was a pretty unique region as Black and White 2 took place in the Unova region, which the previous games featured regions that were based on different regions of Japan. Well, we're not in Japan anymore. We're in America,
Mm-hmm.
the New York metropolitan area specifically. So we're gonna have some Pokemon that kind of show the city aspect of the Unova region a little bit. But uh, don't worry, you still got your mythological creatures to come up as well. So with that out of the way, unless you have anything else to say,
Nope.
let's get started. Now, this is interesting because this is the only generation, because the tier lists are in order by dex number for the Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Normally, they start with the grass starter, but it doesn't. It starts with a mythical Pokemon because this was a mystery gift for when Black and White was first introduced. See, this is when Wi-Fi was becoming a big thing for the Nintendo handheld consoles. So you're able to receive gift Pokemon through wireless connection. And I actually got some Pokemon at the time through wireless connection. Was not Victini, but
Mm-hmm.
still a pretty cool Pokemon. So
Yep.
And I'll say for the first Pokemon, like I like it. I like the V shape. I like the little peace sign.
Yep.
I mean, I don't think about it too often, but like I think it's a pretty cute Pokemon.
Yeah, it's a really cute Pokemon. If I remember correctly, isn't it one of the only ones of its typing?
Fire Psychic. Um, I think there might be no, because in the next generation, there's
Hmm.
Delphox, who's also a fire psychic
Uh,
type. There's other fire psychic types,
okay.
but in terms of design, it is pretty unique.
It is.
So, what do you say?
I would say either A tier or S tier. Because isn't this also the victory Pokemon? Or is it the luck Pokemon? I remember,
I can't remember.
like, this is one of the few Pokemon I've actually read the Dex entry for, but that was years ago when I got it on Pokemon Go.
Hmm.
But I vaguely remember something about how if you have this Pokemon on your team, it's like an instantaneous win. Kind of like Squirrel Girl from the Marvel Comics.
Hmm. Eh, you know what? Let's make it the first S tier
Making it the first S tier,
that we have.
starting off strong.
Hmm.
If only my computer will behave.
Hmm. Now we're getting into the Unova starters, which I'll be honest, at the time, this was probably like my least favorite generation of starters. But I've warmed up to them since then, and I actually do have a favorite out of this bunch. So, starting off with Snivy, I really like Snivy. I think it's a very smug grass type starter. Bless you.
Thank you.
Bless you.
Thank you. Yeah, man, you've given me your sneezes. How
Yeah.
dare you?
Yeah.
All
How dare
right.
me.
Mm-hmm. So, I will agree. I like Snively's design. Where would you think?
I say A.
I'll agree with that.
I continues the trend of the grass starters being an A.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I'm gonna give that same ranking to Servine as well.
All right. I will agree to that one as well.
Not too much to say about it. It's a pretty solid design. I will say it's a pretty good middle stage designs because middle
Mhm.
stage designs for starters tend to be awkward,
Yep.
but this one is pretty good. And I really like Superior.
I do. It's an understandable
Hmm.
evolution.
Yeah, I know the whole joke with it is like, where are its limbs? But I like the fact that we have a grass snake Pokemon
Mm-hmm.
and the fact that its name is Superior. So, do we want to put it on S tier?
I'll agree to that. I will agree to putting.
Because it's superior.
All
Uh,
right, now we are on to my favorite starter from the region, Tepig.
Ooh. I didn't like Tepic at the time.
Oh.
Um, but I will say Tepic is pretty cute.
Mm-hmm.
It's a so like each fire starter is like based on like an animal of the Japanese zodiac calendar, I think it is. But
I think that was what they were supposed to be, but with this new fire starter that's coming out, it kind of I think it goes back.
maybe. I'm not entirely sure.
Mm-hmm.
But we got pigs now, and we've had other pig Pokemon in the past, but this one is pretty cute.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I say it's an A.
I will agree with A. I'd say S, but I will agree with A.
Well, I don't know. I don't know. I'd be okay with S if you're okay with it.
Well, then we're going to S.
All right. Now this might be, well, actually, what do you have to say for Pig Night?
I like Pig Knight. Pig Knight is another one of those understandable, secondary evolution. Or not
Mhm.
secondary. Yeah, second stage. First the first evolution.
Middle
Middle
stage.
stage there. It's an understandable middle
Hmm.
stage, right? You can see like It may go up to two limbs or two legs instead of four,
Hmm.
but it makes sense. You see it, it's all macho. It wants
Hmm.
to. Mm. I like it. I like the design. I like the Pokemon.
Hmm.
I don't like the name as much,
Yeah,
just because Pig Knight makes you think of an actual knight, and it doesn't look like a knight.
yeah, I will say though, I absolutely did not like this Pokemon at the time.
Mm,
I thought, well, I still kind of think this way. The body shape is kind of awkward to me, and the leotard design is a little bit off-putting for me, but it's not a bad design. I
hmm
will at the very least give it an A.
I will agree with an A.
Yeah,
All right, and now,
and bored.
hmm I'm gonna fight for S tier.
I'm
Eh,
okay with that.
cool. I don't need to fight for S tier.
Again, I didn't care for Emboar as much at the time, but I really like it now. So the thing for
Mhm.
these starters are actually they're based off of warrior classes. Um, I forget what Emboar was specifically supposed to be, and Superior too. Well, actually, no, I think the warrior classes was a thing for like the next generation. Um,
Yeah, next generation was fighting classes.
yeah.
This one, think I think it had something to do with Japanese, like the Japanese hierarchy. Samurai's a samurai,
Hmm.
so Viper's an emperor.
You mean Superior is an emperor?
Superior is an emperor. I don't remember what Embor was.
I'll have to look it up real quick, but just to say I love the flames on Embor. I love the belly pattern design that he has. Also,
Hmm
not talking about shinies, but the shiny Embor though,
hmm
that's a cool shiny.
Yep. All right, moving on to the Oshawott line.
Yeah. So I'll be honest, I didn't care for well, I'm a big water starter guy. Not to say I always choose the water starter. I
Hmm
did beforehand, but like this was kind of the generation where it was just like I choose the water starter and I was kind of disappointed by the final result. Um, but in terms of Oshawa, I like it. I think the thing that holds Oshawa better for me now is that it's been kind of memed a lot as of late.
hmm
Um,
Yep.
it's just got the cute little design. I like the shell scallop that it has. It has the move razor shell where like the blade just extends out the shell, and it's a little sea otter.
It is. Who
So,
doesn't like otters?
mhm. So I want to say either A or S.
I'm fine with S.
Hmm.
I'm fine with Oshawott being an S tier.
Hmm. Now, Duat, I actually really like Duat. I
hmm
love the Delop sword scallops. I kind of like the color change from white to blue,
hmm
as well as highlighting the dark blue.
And again, it's an evolution that makes sense.
Hmm.
I'm going to emphasize this. It makes sense.
Um, what would you say? Either A or S?
I'd be fine with that one going to S tier as well.
Yeah, because I will say I'm not a big fan of Samurot's design.
Yeah, Samurai doesn't make sense.
It's not that it doesn't look cool.
It looks cool. It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, and I've argued in the past of like some evolutions that are drastic departures and how those didn't bother me as much. This but still bothers me to this day.
Yeah, this one will always bother me.
Yeah. And not that this is a discussion but about like the regional variations, but the Hisuian form of samurai, that still disappoints me. They
Yep.
they barely changed anything. Um, I mean, I get it. It looks like a samurai, but why is it bipedal?
It's not bipedal.
Oh wait, bipedal is like it's standing
It's
up.
quadpedal.
Yeah, quadpedal. So
I don't know if that's an actual word, but quad is four. Or
quadruped.
yeah, it's quadruped.
Yeah. So why is this starter? Why is this final evolution quadruped? Especially when you have the
Um,
other two where it's like standing up. I mean, sure, sea otters are both. They could both stand on two legs and four legs, but like,
hmm
why can't samurai? I mean, in the show, you could see him standing on four legs, but the design doesn't really convey that super well.
No, it doesn't. So,
But I don't want to give it too much flack. I kind of do like the shell helmet, and I
mhm.
do like the white bushy mustache.
All right. So, do we want to say B at least?
B.
B. Okay.
Also, this starter group is weird by the fact that only Embor is a fire and fighting type, which is another
Mhm.
firefighting type after Infernape, which was after Blaziken. But
Yep.
the other two, they're just monotype.
Yep. Don't
So
worry. We'll get some more firefighting types. Just you wait.
are we?
Yeah. Next gen.
Mm-mm. Delphox is fire psychic.
Oh, wait. The gen after that.
That's fire dark, and Cineroar's fire dark.
Incineroar's fire dark? I could have
We
sworn he
no,
was firefighting.
no, we'll talk more about this when we get to Gen 7. But
Man, you just brought Incineroar down for me when we get there.
yeah. So all in all, not my favorite generation of starters, but over the years I've gotten a deeper appreciation for some of them. Still doesn't compare to Gen 3 or Gen 4 though. Again, that's a group of Chads right there.
hmm
All right. Now we're getting to some of our regional rodents and pets and some of the Pokemon that you'll find in earlier routes. So we got Patrat and Watchog. I don't like these
Well,
whatsoever.
I like Watchog better. I like the design
I
for
like
Watchog.
Watchog better too. However, Patrat what so the thing about Patrat and Watchog is the fact that I don't like their eyes. Their
I
eye-
I can understand that
their
one.
eyes are super weird. Watchog is cool in the fact that his body kind of lights up with the yellow bands.
hmm
Um, but I will say that in terms of the games, fighting Patrats and Watchogs are so annoying because they have the move set of like Confuse Ray, Hypnosis, and one other one, where it's like it's not the fact that they hit hard, it's the fact that they're stalling.
hmm
Um, so
All right. So how about this? Pat Rat? Whatever the name of the first one is. Put that one at C.
mhm,
Watchog B.
I am okay with that.
You're okay with that? All right.
Yeah.
There we go.
All right. Now we get to some of our dog Pokemon. Now he's
hmm
not on camera right now, but Aslan is taking a nap.
hmm Yep.
Aslan, you're in the video. We're talking about dogs now. Honestly, this is probably one of my favorite dog Pokemon out there. So first we got Lillipup, Herdier, and Stoutland.
hmm
So Lillipup, I A or B for Lillipup.
I'm gonna say B.
Yeah.
I like the design, but I feel like it's too basic.
Yeah, I agree with that. You know, it still looks like your normal house pet, but then again, you know, that'd be kind of an appeal for some people.
It would.
I'd probably give the same ranking to Herdier as well. I mean, there are changes with the design,
hmm
but um still kind of looks like a normal dog a little bit.
Yep. I would agree with that.
Now, Stoutland, I really like
I
Stoutland.
like Stoutland too.
He's the wise old dog with the long mustache,
Yep.
beard. I don't know. The long fur throws me off a little bit,
hmm
but I say at the very least I would give him an A.
I will agree with that.
Plus, you can ride one in Pokemon Sun and Moon.
You can ride one.
Yeah, you
Oh.
specifically ride one to smell stuff.
Okay.
They're kind of like treated as tracking dogs.
hmm
All right, now we're getting to the cats, Purloin and Lightbird. Although Lightbird I would consider more to be a cheetah, if anything,
Yeah.
or a
Uh,
leopard.
Yep. I don't know. I like these two. I mean, I have complete bias
Hmm.
whenever I do Pokemon battles in Pokemon Go, which I
Hmm.
don't do often. I usually have Leopard on my team
Hmm.
and I can wreak havoc.
Yeah.
It's just like Breloom, but with Leopard, I'm not going to accidentally slip up on certain words.
Hmm.
Breloom, I kind of have to.
Yeah.
So I want to make the argument A tier for Purloin, S tier for Leopard.
Leopard, I don't mind giving a higher tier. My only thing with Purloin is the fact that I like the design,
Hmm.
but we do keep getting because we got Glameow the last generation, and I will say I kind of like Purloin compared to Glameow
Hmm.
just because it stands out more, but they don't hold a candle to Meowth.
Well, no, that's that. He, Mouth paid you off, didn't he?
Did he?
He used payday on you.
Did he?
I'm gonna assume. All right, so where would you put Purloin? Or yeah, where would you put Purloin?
I'll s- I put Purloin in. Mm, you know what? Compared to Lillipup, I could see it. Purloin, I would give an A.
All right, and then Leopard S.
Sure,
All right.
just because it is a fun design. It's not my personal favorite, but I do like the design.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm gonna fight you on these three if you have any sort of attachment for these, because we're getting to the elemental monkeys now.
As in, you don't like this or you like this?
Uh, I I like the beginning stages of them. My problems come with some of the final stages. Not for all of them, but we got uh so so the three monkeys are actually based off of hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil. It's
Mm-hmm.
kind of conveyed in their names. The
Mm-hmm.
designs still really convey it pretty well.
Yeah.
So I say for the first two, Pansage and let's see. Pansage and Simisage. Um, those are my favorites, especially
Mhm.
Simisage with the pompadour. Well,
Isn't
actually,
it just because of the anime? Because that one guy with the green hair joined.
yeah, Silent had a Pansage. That's not the reason. I
Mm,
mean, yeah, that was his because in the in Gen 5, the first, well, in Black and White, because Black and White 2 had a different starting gym leader, but
mm-hmm.
your first gym leader was with the Elemental Brother trio, which is Silent, the one with the green hair,
Mm-hmm.
Chili, who had red hair, and then the other guy with blue hair. I'm forgetting his name. You only get to fight one of the three.
Mm-hmm.
And whichever one you beat, uh, you get the elemental monkey. I'm trying to remember if it's the one that's strong against your starter or weak against his starter. It's different. You don't get a choice.
Mm,
Um, so actually, let's rank the starting stages first because I don't have
cool. A tier
for
for the
all of
start.
them.
Yes.
Sure, I'm okay with that. Because I think they're cute enough designs. I like
Mm-hmm.
their little tufts of hair. Um yeah, so that's Pansage, Panseers, and Panpour.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Simisage, I would like to put in A tier because
I'll agree with that one.
I like the
Because
look of it
yeah, the design's cool.
and I like the pompadour.
Mm-hmm.
Um now uh what's this let's see. Semi-sear. Semi-sear, I remember Japan ranking this as the lowest rated Pokemon in Japan, like
Ooh.
the lowest rated one. And you know what? I kind of agree with it a little bit
Mm.
because like it's not a very attractive design. It looks kind of depressed. And when the last generation had its own fire monkey that looked way cooler, this one kind of feels underwhelming in comparison.
Yeah, I get that.
So because of that, unless you have an argument, I would like to either give it C or D.
I'm fine with C. I feel like D belongs to a certain group.
Hmm.
Not gonna say the group. That's the fish. It's the bird. Sorry. All right,
Yeah,
man. There's a lot of like dust in here that's causing my allergies to go haywire.
that might be the reason why my allergies are going haywire too. So just real quick, just in case, I kind of don't like that for like these. Uh, they don't have an indicator of when you added like a tier below.
Mm,
But semi-port, I'm okay with semi-port.
I'd be fine with Singapore being a B.
Yeah, I'm okay with it too. It's an all right design.
Yeah,
Again,
he's just a chill dude.
yeah, the monkeys are kind of like whatever for me.
Hmm.
But since they are a free gift from the Trio brothers, it's a cool enough thing.
Hmm.
Okay, now we get our two psychic types, Mana and Marshana. They're
Okay.
sleeping Pokemon.
Okay. I love these
I
designs.
like them, yeah.
They remind me of those water bears. Have you ever seen a water bear?
I don't think so.
You know, I'm gonna show Jake a picture of the water bear.
Mana reminds me a bit of like a porcelain piggy bank, a little bit.
I can see that.
Yeah. And then Marsharna, I'm trying to remember what the pink stuff coming out of its nose. Oh,
Hmm.
yeah, I could definitely see it. Um,
I don't know. There was like a full year I was fascinated with.
so where would you put these at?
Um,
I mean, they help put people to sleep.
yep. I would say either A or S.
Uh,
Again, complete bias.
mhm.
So you
I,
could twist my arm and bring it down to D, or not D, B, but I prefer A or S for these ones.
I'll put them at A for both of them. I think they're
Hmm.
very unique designs, and when you compare them to like the only counterparts I could think of is Drowsy and Hypno.
Hmm.
I kind of I obviously of course prefer Mana over Drowsy. Drowsy's kind of awkward.
Yeah.
I think I still prefer Hypno, but I like both of these.
Hmm.
Oh boy. You want to say it at the same time?
Yep. All right. Three, two, one. It's
It's just
just
a
a bird.
bird. Yes. All right. So we got Pidove, Tranquil, and the male and female forms of Unpheasant. I will say for the male form, I will put it at C just because it looks different compared to the female form.
This one's the male form?
Yep.
Okay. I figure that's how it is, because if I remember correctly, in nature, the male form's usually the prettier of the two for birds.
Mm,
Except for
I,
cardinals.
I,
Cardinals are the females are red and
oh, I actually did not know that. I didn't know that that was that difference.
yeah.
Yeah, but either way, I don't like these. I don't like
No.
these whatsoever. These were
No.
so disappointing back then. And
Mhm. They're still disappointing now. They're my least favorite bird to find when I'm playing Pokemon Go.
yeah, and like they look too much like actual birds. Bidove looks he honestly looks like a pigeon, you know?
Yes. Yes, he does.
And sure, yeah, you find pigeons in all types of cities, Chicago, New York, but
Hmm.
I don't know. I know where with every generation of Pokemon, it's like I guess you gotta have a couple of stinkers, but it's just like when you compare on the Unfezant line to Staraptor or even Swallow, it's like such a downgrade.
Yeah, like I said, it's just a bird. All right.
But we got Blitzel and Zepstrika.
All right, so these are pretty cool.
These are pretty cool. They're electric zebras.
Yep. I want to put Blitzel at B,
Sure,
just because I feel like
it's a
because
little basic.
it is.
I do like the little tuft of hair on the top. Makes
Yep.
it very striking.
All right.
Zepstrika,
Mm-hmm.
I'm okay with A, but I personally would like to put it at S.
Cool. We are putting it at S because I was gonna say it should go to S.
It's just so cool.
It
It's a
is.
unique design, and it has not gotten enough attention in later
No,
generations.
it hasn't. No, it hasn't. All right. Next is the Rocky line, or sorry, the
We got Rocket Rolla,
Rock and Roll line.
Boldor,
Mm-hmm.
and Gigalith.
Yep. Or again, for those of you who understood my reference, the Rocky from Project Hail Mary line.
I've not seen that movie, so I wouldn't
That
have recognized it.
I haven't either, but I've read the book. Book is
Ooh.
really good.
All right. So, Rock and Rolla, there's not too much going on with its design. However, I do know one interesting thing about it is the fact that that thing that looks like an eye, that's its ear. That's how
Nice.
it hears.
Nice.
So,
It, honestly, I feel like it makes sense.
yeah. Yeah, no, it makes
Granted,
sense.
I'm only saying that because of Project Hail Mary, but
But still, like there isn't too much with the design, so I would like to put it at B.
I'll agree with B.
Just for the fact that like it hears through that little hole. Boldor, I kind of like Boldor. It's all right.
Hmm.
I kind of like the orange crystals that are starting to form. Um,
I want to say Boldor is an A.
sure. I'm okay with it being an A. And then Gigalith, I could see it as either an A or an S because I think it just looks cool. It's like a moving mountain.
I'll say S. I'll
Mhm.
say S. I like S for that one. All right. Next, we've got the Woobat
Yeah,
line.
Woobat and Swoobat.
All right. From the sounds of it, you and I are going to disagree about something.
Uh, well, I don't know. What do you think about Woobat and Swoobat?
I like Woobat.
Yeah,
I like
I
Woobat.
like Woobat. Woobat's all right.
Mm-hmm.
It is different from Zubat,
Hmm.
um,
It is.
and from any other bat Pokemon that might be out there. Um, I don't know. Where would you put the little ball at?
I'd like to put the little ball in A.
Sure.
Now, Swoobat.
Mm-hmm.
I like the design. I hate that it takes so long to evolve.
Makes sense. I mean, I'm not passionate about Woobat or Swoobat whatsoever. Swoobat, I am at the very least willing to give it a B just because I think putting it as C is a little harsh.
I'll agree with B. I will agree with B.
Now, we got Drillbur and Excadrill,
Mm-hmm.
which are basically your living drill Pokemon. Well, they're moles that act as drills.
Yep.
Um, Drillbur, I'll put it at B because it's a little basic, but I do like the
Yeah.
claws.
Right. I'll agree with that.
But Excadrill, though, I would like to put it at S.
I will agree with S for Excadrill.
Yeah, I remember this being the ace of the ground type gym leader in that game, Clay.
Mm-hmm.
He uses an Excadrill. Um, yeah, it's just badass looking.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Next, we have Audino, I think is the name.
On to know on Dino. I don't exactly know. I've heard it pronounced two different ways.
Okay.
Either way, this is the universe version of Chansey.
Yep.
And like
It basic.
it's basic, but I don't hate it. Um I can see it being a C, but the highest I would give is a B.
I would be fine with putting it in a C. I'm not a big fan of it.
Hmm.
So if that makes sense.
Yeah. Again, I don't think it holds a candle to Chansey,
Right.
but I don't hate it whatsoever.
Hmm.
All right, now we got Timber. Shoot.
I'm gonna hop on Pokemon Go because I don't remember the names, and Pokemon Go has
Well,
them.
I know the final one is named. Oh wait, no. Timber, Girder, and Conkeldurr.
Okay, well, I'm gonna keep Pokemon Go up in case this happens again.
Yeah.
Also, if I see any cool Pokemon on the way, I may catch it.
He's catching Pokemon as we're ranking
I'm
Pokemon.
not catching. There's nothing around I really need. I have to hatch eggs. This is what I have to deal with. I'll look at those later.
Okay, so I like the fact that these are different stages of like construction workers. You know, Timber's got the big piece of wood.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Girder's got the a girder,
Mm-hmm.
like the metal pillar, and then Conkeldurr's got the two concrete cement blocks.
Yep.
And I like kind of like how Conkeldurr's like this wizened old actually, you know what he reminds me of? He reminds me of Arnold Schwarzenegger now.
Yes. Yes, I will agree with that.
So, what would you rank for all of these?
I'd rank them all under A. I like this line.
Sure, I'd be okay with that. I think I just have the same general opinion as with all of them. I don't necessarily think that one is better over the other.
Nah.
Um, and again, this isn't a line that I'm super passionate about. It is the equivalent of the McChamp line, which
Mm-hmm.
I think I prefer more, but I do like Conkeldurr.
Yeah.
All right. Our next line, we have Timpole, Palpitoad, and Seismitoad.
Okay. So Temple, it's just a tadpole.
It is just a tadpole. I don't mind putting this at either C or D.
I'm gonna put it at D because it's just a tadpole.
Hmm.
Ah, every time my mouse goes a little too far to the side, you guys get to see the stuff on the side. Doesn't show anything. It's not like when Jake shares his screen and you see that one website. I'll tell you about it later.
Okay, so we got Palpitoad next.
Hmm.
Now, on one hand, I have a soft spot for both Palpitoad and Seismitoad. On the other hand, I understand that they look kind of ugly.
Yep.
So where would you rate those?
I would rank Palpitoad C or B.
I
I,
put it at C.
all right. I don't know. The design's a bit clunky for me, if that makes sense.
Hmm.
Meanwhile, Seismitoad, I'd say either A or S. I love the design for it.
I'll put it at A. I like it fine enough.
Also, there was a brief amount of time where I thought Seismitoad was a starter evolution.
Well, I mean, I think it's similar to like the Mudkip line
Hmm.
because they are water ground types at the end of the day. And I did use them back in my playthroughs back in the day because Ash used a Palpitoad in his team.
Yep. All right. Next, we've got Throw and Sock, our two main fighters for this region.
I think this was supposed to mimic like Hitmonlee and Hitmonchan, except those became like branch evolutions for Tyrogue.
Hmm.
Um, These are not evolutions. These are different from one another.
Yep.
And I believe this is one of those cases where it's like, depending on the version that you have, you either get throw or you either get sock. I
Mm.
know in when I played White 2 back in the day, I had throw. Um, and their stats are slightly different.
Yep.
But I kind of like both of them.
I do too.
I'm not super passionate about them, but I
Hmm.
do like that they are martial art Pokemon.
Yep. I do too. I like the fact that they're wearing the Jake, help me out with the name because I don't know the name and I know you do.
Let's see. We call it a dobak in Korea,
Dobak.
but it's probably called something else in Japan. So,
Okay. Well, regardless, I like that they wear that.
mhm.
And if I remember correctly, don't they represent two different types of martial arts?
Probably. I have not looked back at like the Gen 5 Pokemon as of late. I know probably their stats are different. But I will say in terms of ranking them, I say both of them should be in the same tier.
I will agree with that.
Because it's like I don't really see one being better than the other.
Yep. Trying to. All right. So throws judo and Sokka's karate.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
So I'd say A tier for these two.
Sure.
So far, it looks like Unova's getting a pretty solid lineup.
If we were to compare this to Kanto, Kanto is starting to look a lot more mid.
Yeah.
Um, Now we're getting to one of my favorite bug type lines. So this is my favorite generation of bug types, believe it or not.
Mm,
And we got two different lines. There will be other ones, but we got Swaddle, Swadloon, and Leavanny, which are bug and grass types. They're like sewing Pokemon. They use like string shot to sew things.
okay.
So Swaddle, I could see as either being an A or B.
I'd be fine with A.
Hmm.
I'd be fine with A for Swaddle.
I love the leaf cloak that it
I
has.
do too.
Yeah. And you know, I say Swadloon and Leavanny should also be A.
All right. I'll agree with that.
Swadloon, I like the fact that it's like huddled around in a little leaf blanket. And then Leavanny I love its leaf blades.
Mm-hmm. All right. So next we've got the Venipede line,
Yeah, we got Venipede, Whirlipede, and Scolipede.
which I would say between Venipede and uh, Swaddle.
Hmm.
I think I prefer Venipede better. Or yeah, Venipede more.
Wow, I think the opposite.
Hmm.
But well, are you talking about in terms of the starting stage or like the final line?
The final line.
I'll agree with that.
Yeah.
I'm in terms of like Venipede,
Hmm.
it's all right for me. Like it's cool,
Hmm.
but if you were to compare it to Sawaddle, there aren't too many features that strike out with it.
No. So I would say Venipede B and the other two A.
Sure,
All right.
I'd be okay with that. Whirlipede, I get that it's a drastic design, but I personally like the fact that it's a wheel.
I do too.
Uh-huh. And then Scolipede is one of the strongest bug types. It's so cool. Um, I like the fact that it's a big poisonous walking caterpillar. Imagine it's a centaur, but it's Scolipede.
Yep.
All right. Now we get our little cotton balls here. We got Cottony and Whizmacott.
Okay.
Now both of these actually got the fairy type in the next generation.
Hmm.
So these are grass types. Um, I kind of like them. Again, I'm not super passionate about them, but I think they're all right.
So would you say B tier?
Yeah, I say B for both of them.
All right.
I do like how Whimsicott It's got like a cotton load of hair.
Mm-hmm. All right. So next we've got is it Petal?
Petalil, I think, and then
Petalil.
Lilligan.
Yep. Okay, so Petalil, not a big fan of.
Yeah, kind of
Again,
basic.
yep. Again, this is one of those ones that pops up all the time in Pokemon Go.
It kind of looks like Oddish with like its little like tufts of leaves.
Yeah, like a non-ripe Oddish. So, would you say C tier?
I say C tier.
All right.
Now I do like Lilligant. I like the
Mm-hmm.
flower that is on top of its side.
You know what Lilligant reminds me of?
No.
Lilo from specifically from Lilo and Stitch 2. Stitch has a glitch.
Ah,
Because there was a whole part of it where Lilo was wearing a flower on her hair.
okay.
So, yeah. So I would say either A or B for this one.
I say A.
A.
I think it has enough striking features to put it above Whimsicott.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty.
It's just a fish.
It's just a fish.
Both of them are just fishes.
We got Basculin.
Just fishes.
You know, I would probably argue for F tier if it wasn't for the fact that they did get Hisuian forms in Legends Arceus as well as evolutions. Because for a while,
Mm-hmm.
it's just those Pokemon like Gen 5, because of how big it is, it unfortunately has the problem of just having some of the most forgettable Pokemon
Mm-hmm.
out there. And Basculin was kind of one of them for a while because it was just like, what are you supposed to do with these? I mean, honestly, they're good for a playthrough if you don't have a water type starter,
Mm-hmm.
but they
Yeah.
could have done better.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I will say the only other thing about putting them in D tier is that they got like two different forms and they do look slightly different from one another.
Mm-hmm.
But
But it's still just a fish.
mhm.
All right. Next, Sandile.
Sandile, Crocorock, and Crocodile. This is one of my favorite lines.
Yep.
So, what do you put Sandile at?
A tier. I would
Okay.
put Sandile at A tier.
Yeah, I can see that. I like the little sand
Yeah.
crocodile.
Does it look a little too basic? Kind of. But it's cute.
Mm-hmm. Crocorock, I mean, it kind of just looks like Sandile standing on two legs,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not bad.
No.
I'd say either A or B.
I'd say B tier.
Hmm. Now, Crocodile, though, I want to say yes.
I will agree with this.
Crocodile is one of my favorite Pokemon from Gen 5.
Yeah, we're
If
just
there's a Pokemon I want to use in the Gen 5 playthrough team, it's Crocodile.
yeah.
The ground and dark typing, the fact that it looks like it's wearing shades,
Mm-hmm.
which is why I don't like the shiny as much.
Yep.
Don't take the sunglasses from the cool guy. Also, Ash had a crocodile in his team, and it actually did wear sunglasses.
Nice.
Um, yeah, but I also like the dark red skin. I think it
Mm-hmm.
works well for like the desert area in Unova.
Yep. I would agree. All right. Now we've got no.
Darumaka and
Yep.
Darmanitan.
I was looking to see how you say the name.
Yeah.
So Darmaka, Darmanitan. Yeah, Darmanitan.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hear me out.
Sure.
Darumaka is a B.
Sure.
Darmanitan is an A.
I'm okay with that.
Cool.
I like Darmanitan a lot. Darmaka is all right for me. I mean, I guess it's a fun design, but I really like Darmanitan. I like how it's like this big gorilla and
Mm-hmm.
it's got the fire eyebrow, which
Yeah.
is cool. But what's even cooler about it, which is not on the tier list, it's its Zen form,
Mm-hmm.
which basically makes it a little like stone statue. It's got like white eyes, and it becomes a fire psychic type.
Yeah. Oh, just like Victini.
Yeah.
F tier, both of them. All the way down. Ah, not D. F.
Come on, that's kind of harsh.
No, I'm kidding. I will say and this is something I was gonna say before this point was brought up. I prefer the ice form better.
Oh, dude, I like Galarian Darmanitan.
Hmm.
It- It's so cool.
All right. So next we have a Pokemon that I apparently have seen but never caught. A Maractus.
Yeah, it's a Maractus. This is probably one of the most forgettable Pokemon in this generation. In fact, it might be one of the most forgettable Pokemon of all time because,
It's like Cacnea's little sister.
yeah, it's a fun design, but it's also just a cactus.
I'm gonna disagree with that because I like this cactus design. I guess it's forgettable, but I kind of like this cactus design.
Okay.
So
Uh,
I'd at the very least want to say B for it.
I'd be okay with that.
Okay.
Again, it's just like I think it just gets overshadowed by all the other Pokemon that are in this generation.
I'll agree with that one.
All right, now we got Dwebble and Crustle,
Hmm.
which I really like these. These are bug and rock types. So I love the fact that they have their little rock homes.
Hmm.
Um, and for Dwebble, I think he's just a cute little guy. So I say either A or B for
I'll
Dwebble.
I'll agree with A. I will agree with A. I like Dwebble.
And then Crustle, I probably want to give an A as well.
I'll agree with that one too.
Because it's just a bigger rock, but the rock is different and the body
Mhm.
design is different too.
Yeah.
And it's fun. I
I
do prefer the shiny though.
I don't think I've seen the shiny.
It's green.
I haven't seen the shiny.
It's probably one of my favorite green shinies. Just because the shade of green is so cool. It makes it look like it's radioactive a little bit. Um,
Mhm.
all right, now we got Scraggy and Scrafty.
Okay. So Scraggy, uh, it's just a kid.
Yeah.
It's just a kid, but it's a cool kid. Cool
Hmm.
kid. I would like to say B tier.
Sure.
All right. Now Scrafty's a punk.
Yeah, Scrafty is a punk. I like their elastic baggy pants.
Well, I like the Mohawk.
Oh, I like the Mohawk too.
Yep. I had a Mohawk once before I met you.
Yeah,
Yeah, long before I met you. I'd say
sure.
A. Okay.
Sure. Yeah, I really like Scrafty. He's a dark and fighting type and he's a punk.
All right. So please tell me you remember the name of the next Pokemon because
It's
I haven't even seen this one in
it is
Pokemon.
Sigilif.
Sigilif. Okay. Now, I like Sigilif.
I like it.
It kind of reminds me of those totem poles we see at Starfrock.
Yeah, I believe these are inspired after like Egyptian hieroglyphics.
Hmm.
So I say I say A.
I'll agree with that.
Because again, it's not one that I will use too often, but I do think it's a really cool design.
Yep.
All right, now we got some ghost types. Now, for how much this Gen 5 gets compared to Gen 1, because it's like, oh, it's got a cat, it's got a bird, it's got fish. Well, I'll tell you one thing. It's got more ghost types and dragon types than Gen 1 does.
Yeah, that's true.
But this is the first of the bunch. We got Yamax and Cofagrigus. So
Hmm.
Yamask, it's a little bit basic. I mean, the mask is a cool detail, but besides that, I think it's just a B.
I'll agree with that.
Now, Cofagrigus, though, I would
Hmm.
like to have it as an S.
I'll agree with S tier for this.
Because a ghost coffin Pokemon is so cool.
Hmm. I will say I do prefer. what's it called? It's like Runa.
Oh, Runerigus?
Yep.
I also
But
like
yep.
Runerigus.
But we will get to that when we get to that one
Hmm.
in a different gen.
No, but Runerigus wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for Cofagrigus.
Hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
I think Cofagrigus is very cool and very menacing.
Yep.
All right, now we got some fossils. We
Okay.
got uh, I think the first one is Tortuga,
Hmm.
and then the second one, shoot, what was the second one?
All right. So Tortuga and Caracosta.
Caracosta. Okay,
All right. Gonna be honest. Uh, we just said it. Tortuga. It's just a turtle.
it is just a turtle,
It may be a blue turtle, but it's just a turtle.
and we already have blue turtles.
We do. This is the far inferior of the blue turtles.
Yeah. And Caracosta,
I like Caracos's design.
I like it.
It's not like S tier or A tier, but I
I
like.
say B.
I'd agree with B.
Yeah. All right. Now this is a pretty unique fossil. We got Arkin and Archaeops.
Mm-hmm.
So Arkin, I say B. It's it's a little bit basic.
I'll agree with B, but only if Archeops is either A or S, because I like it.
I put it at S.
You'll play
I
S?
think out of all the fossil Pokemon, I think this is one of the more unique ones of the bunch.
Mm-hmm.
It is a pretty strong Pokemon. The only downside to using it is it has an ability called Defeatus, which has it cut its stats in the first battle.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but besides that, it is pretty cool.
All right. I think we've made it. Like we've only been recording for an hour, but I think we've made a pretty good dent.
Wow, that honestly makes it better than the Gen 1 tier list.
Yes.
That thing took forever.
Yep. To be fair, Gen 1 was the first time we did a tier list.
That is true.
So since this is I want to say our seventh tier list, because hold on, whoops. We've done the first four gens.
We did
We did
Mario
Mario
power-ups,
power-ups.
we did Ben 10
We
aliens.
didn't do it. Oh, we did do a tier list for that one.
Yeah, and then we
And then we
did.
did Final Fantasy classes.
Hmm.
So, so this is our eighth.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, now we're getting to one of the memeable Pokemon of what people consider the defining traits of the Gen, which is Trubbish and Garbodor.
Okay, I get what you guys are gonna say. It's just trash, but it's not just trash, right?
It's good trash.
Yes, it is good trash. It's the first Tuesday of the month.
And looks like we're about to die.
We're not about to die.
It woke up the dog.
Hey, it's okay. You're okay. You're okay. You're okay. Okay.
Yes, he has a very hard tail.
It's fine. It's fine. All right. So anyway, back to Trubbish and Garbodor.
It's all right.
I would like. It's okay, Aslan. It's okay.
This is my first time I actually know how from this thing.
Yeah. All right. So for those of you who don't notice, we are not recording on a weekend like we normally do. We are recording on a Tuesday.
It's all right. Oh. Okay, down, down, down. Not on the couch.
All right. So for Trubbish and Garbodor, I'd say A.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, you're okay. You are A-okay. It'll go away soon.
Not on the couch.
All right. Next, we've got Zorua and Zorua. Zorua. And I'm gonna be honest with you. as someone who's a big fan of Ditto, for the fact that Ditto could be whoever they want. Not really a big fan of Zora.
I love Zoroark and Zoroark. I love their illusion ability.
I love the design. I'm not a big fan of their illusion design. And this comes strictly from Pokemon.
Hmm.
So in Pokemon, you can have a buddy with you. I like to keep certain Pokemon as my buddies
Hmm.
so that I can gain more candies to eventually evolve them.
Hmm.
And they tend to be more rare Pokemon that you don't really find in the wild. So when I'm playing and I see that Pokemon, I'm like, oh, cool. I can get a lot more candy. Give it a berry that will give it extra candy and catch it only to find it's not what I have right now. It's Zora.
Xavier is giving drugs to Pokemon.
Berries, not drugs.
But you were talking about candy.
Yeah, because we get candy from the Pokemon.
But- so the Pokemon are the drug dealers.
Yes, exactly. Okay, keep up.
Okay. No, but I personally like their illusion ability. They basically do the thing where it's like whoever whatever Pokemon is next to it in your party, they mimic the image of it, but they don't mimic the move set,
Mm-hmm.
which is kind of the thing that gives it away a little bit,
Yeah.
but only if you're really paying attention. So it can sneak up on you, and it has. It's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, N, who is one of the main protagonists, I want to say, for Black and White 2, has a Zora and Zoroark on his team. So
All right.
I would say, honestly, I want to see them in S tier for both of them.
I will agree with that. Just because my entire rant is based entirely on biasism.
Hmm.
Plus, there's ways around it. Again, I tend to keep rare Pokemon that you don't see in the wild as my buddy, so it's not like I'm jumping at every chance. It's oh okay, well Zoro's been around, so I know this.
I like the black and red fur for both of them.
I do too. I again going back to shinies, love the shiny form a lot better.
Yeah. I actually prefer the Hisuian forms for these.
I do prefer the Zoom form as well.
Yeah.
But
Um,
we're not talking about Zoro and Zoroark anymore. Now we're talking about Minccino and
Chin Chin
Cinchino,
Chinchino.
which are chinchillas.
Yeah.
That's what they are. They are just chinchillas.
But they're still kind of cute.
They are very cute. So
Um,
putting them in D or C is kind of a waste.
I say at most you give them B.
I'll give Minccino a B. I feel like Shinchino should at least get an A tier.
Sure, it's got a lot more fur.
Yep.
Looks like a fashionista a little bit.
Yep. All right. So moving on, we've got
Gothita, uh,
Gotharita
and
and
Gothitelle.
Gothitelle.
I don't like Gothita.
I'll Gothita's okay.
Gothita.
Like, I'd like Gothita if I have to use excellent throws,
Hmm.
just because the catch radius is big, but
Hmm.
I'd say Gothita at least to C.
I see that. I can see that.
Hmm. Jacob Green with the jokes.
All right. Uh,
Gotharita.
Gothorita. Gothorita's all right.
Mm,
To me they kind of mimic not Gen 1 Pokemon, but Gen 3 Pokemon, Gardevoir.
mm-hmm. Yep.
S- So Gothorita, I think either C or B, honestly.
I'm gonna say C for this one too.
Hmm. Gothitelle, I think, is all right.
Gotharita's alright.
It's a more complete design.
Yep. I would say B for this one.
Sure. I'm not as passionate about this line.
Hmm. Now, if got the tell happened to be a Gardevoir, you'd be a lot more passionate.
Nah, man.
All right, moving on. We've got the Solosis line. So we
Yeah,
got Solosis, Duocean, and
Reuniclus.
Reuniclus.
These are cell Pokemon.
Yep.
So I'm gonna be honest, as cool as it is to have cell Pokemon, I'm not as passionate about these.
Mm.
I don't hate them, but like they're kind of whatever. To me, there are a few lines actually in this gen that kind of mimic that same problem where it's like, oh, it's the evolution is just more of it. And
Hmm.
sometimes it works. In this case, it's just like, okay. So I don't know. Where would you put them all?
I would like to put Solosis at B.
Sure.
Honestly, I'd probably put Duocean in B as well.
Hmm.
But the other one whose name I struggle to pronounce, the Reuniclus,
Hmm.
I'd say A.
Sure.
I like that one a lot.
Sure. Again, I'm not as passionate about them, you know.
If they were Gardevoirs, you would be.
Hmm.
Or Lopunnies.
So I know we opened the F tier and we didn't put any yet, but these next two I want to put in F tier.
I'm going to fight you against Ducklet. I like Ducklet.
I don't like
Ducklet is
Ducklet.
cute.
I don't like Ducklet. It's a blue rubber duck.
Exactly. Dude, I drive a Jeep. I'm a big rubber duck guy.
I'll take Psyduck any day.
I would too, but Ducklet's still great. To a point, I would say B.
Hmm. Okay, fine.
Okay. All
But
right.
Swan I want to put in F.
Yes, the swans.
Because it's
It's
just
just
a
a swan.
swan.
It's just a swan.
It's just a swan.
It's just a bird.
I mean, sure, it looks more beautiful than Ducklet, but it's like, and I think that's kind of the intention that they were going for this design. It's like, oh, there's the ugly duckling, and it turns into a beautiful swan. But
Yeah.
to me, it's just like, it's just a swan,
Mm-hmm.
and it's basic.
It is.
It basic.
You basic. All right. Next is the Vanillite line. So
Yeah,
Milli Vanilli. Vanillite, Vanillish,
and
and
vanilla.
Vanillux.
So much like Trubbish and Garbodor, these are another set of Pokemon that's just like, oh, this is just the ice cream Pokemon.
It's
But
not.
there, I
It's
like
not
these.
just the ice cream Pokemon.
They're ice cream.
Hmm. So I'd say all three belong in A tier as well.
Sure. Again, I think it's just one of those things where, to me, this is a set of Pokemon like the Solosis and Reuniclus and Duosion, where it's just like, it's just more of it. But to me, it works
Hmm.
because it's like, oh, we get one scoop, two scoops. Well, actually, it's just a bigger scoop, but then we get two scoops of the straw,
Yeah.
and the cones are ice.
Yep.
That's cool.
Hmm.
Okay.
Now we get Deerling.
Okay, so I say we take just one of the Deerly and one of the Sawsbuck and
Yep.
just count it for all of them because they're pretty much the same gimmick.
Yep. And considering it's the summer, I think it's only fair that we do winter. I mean summer. I mean summer. We will do summer.
Okay, so
It also helps that summer's green, and we got a green right here.
the let me think. Because
Summer forms
oh,
green.
that is summer. Okay, I thought it was spring. Well, actually
Didn't I have a summer form Swasbuck?
Okay. So the reason why they're here is because the Gen 5 games were actually the first games. I think it might be the only games where, I mean, sure, you still have your
Oh,
deity.
that's why. Well, dang it.
They not only have their like day and night mechanic, but they also have a season changing mechanic where the season changes every month depending on your game clock time. So you could change the clock on your DS so that way, hey, you don't want the spring? Well, you got the summer.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever color of deerling or sawsbuck you have, it is that season.
Yep.
So I mean, sure, the designs are a little bit basic, but considering the season changing gimmick, I say they're at least an A or B.
I would agree with that. I will, I'll say A. I think both, as I put them in S, I think both of these belong in A.
Yeah. And deerling is cute.
Feeling is,
Hmm. All right. We got another Pikachu clone now. This one is Emolga. And I kind of like Emolga.
I like Imola too.
It's a flying squirrel. Plus, we don't get too many flying electric type Pokemon.
No, we don't.
And I'm trying to think because the last Pikachu clone that we got was Pachirisu. And
Mm.
Pachirisu, I think, was all right because it was just a squirrel. But now Emolga's a flying squirrel, so that makes it even better.
Yes,
So I say A tier.
I will agree with A tier.
And I remember Iris from the Pokemon anime having an Emolga, and it was sassy.
Hmm. All right, next we have Carablast and Escavalier.
Escavalier.
Escavalier, whatever.
Yeah. So Uh, Pyroblast is a little bit weird for me considering what it evolves into.
Hmm.
So, well, actually, there is kind of a reason for it, but I want to save it until we get to one that's actually a bit later. It's actually kind of weird that they're not, because this is actually a trait evolution, but
Hmm.
it's a special trait evolution. There's actually a bit of Pokemon that we went past that are trait evolutions for this generation. Gigalith, Conkeldurr,
Hmm.
I think Reuniclus, but
Hmm.
Excavalier is one of those, but it's a special one. So I kind of want to save it for when we get to the other one.
Okay.
So Carablast, I think is all right. I think at the very least it gets a B.
I will agree with B.
An Excavalier,
Hmm.
I think she either get an A or an S because it's a bug steel flying knight.
I will agree with S tier.
It's a jousting knight.
I like S tier for that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so next we've got Fungus.
And Amoonguss.
Yep.
These are our Voltorb and Electrode, your Pokeball Pokemon. And I'll be honest, I kind of prefer these over Electrode and Voltorb.
I'll agree with that.
Because like they actually look like Pokeballs,
Me too.
especially Fungus.
Yep. So,
Because like these are so in the games, you get Pokeball items, but they're not just Pokeballs. They're like potions and elixirs and whatnot. But
mm,
in the older games, well, actually in other games, you might pick up a Pokeball and you might accidentally come across a Voltorb and Electrode. These
mhm.
are basically that iteration of that concept. But I think they're way better and it makes sense because you see a Pokeball item on the ground, you accidentally pull a fungus out.
Yep.
So I say Fungus and Amoonguss. I don't know. What do you think?
I would say Fungus. I'm gonna say Fungus is B tier,
Sure.
and then Amoongus is an A tier.
I'm okay with that.
All right. If things will load so that things will work. There we go. All right, so next we've got the Frillish line. So Frillish and Jellicent.
Yeah. I like how they're two different forms and that the blue one's got a big bushy mustache.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Where would you put these at?
I think I'd put them all in B.
Sure.
Just
I like how there are two different colors.
well, it's that one's cool. That part's cool. But I feel like they could have done so much more
Hmm.
with the jellyfish type design.
Yeah. But bonus points for jealous and getting the bushy mustache.
Yep.
It's cool.
All right, now we have Alamomolo,
Oh, oh,
F
no.
tier.
Yes,
Not just because it's a fish. Yes, it is just a fish.
but there was a missed opportunity with this one. Because I think we mentioned this in the Gen 3 tier list, but Love Disc, which I can't remember if we put that in F or D, but Love Disc
Mm-hmm.
is a heart-shaped fish and
Mm-hmm.
it's pink.
Yep.
And Alola Mola is also a pink fish, is also turned flat side,
Mm-hmm.
and is also kind of heart-shaped.
Yes.
It does not evolve.
Mm-hmm. I will also say the one thing that kind of redeems it for me is the fact that its name is a palindrome, but I just noticed that right now.
I never noticed that, probably because I didn't care about this thing in the first place.
Yeah, see? But here's my thing with this one, right? Again, going back to Pokemon Go. I like to play Pokemon Go. I like to try to find different Pokemon to catch.
Mhm.
And I especially love looking for shinies. Now, Alamomole happens to be one of those Pokemon that you don't catch, you hatch. So hatching a shiny is going to be a lot more rare. There was a span where last, or there was a span of time where four eggs that I hatched back to back were all shiny Alamomoles, and it pissed me off. Especially considering Alamomole was on the same egg as no, what was it on the same? There was another Pokemon that I really wanted a shiny of that happened to be in the same egg as Alamomole or Alamomola,
Alola Mola.
Alola. But I kept getting this one. It made me so upset. So that's my story for the day.
Yeah, plus its name is hard to pronounce.
Yep. All right, so next we've got Joltik and Galvantula.
Okay, out of these new bug types, which by again, this is like my favorite generation of bug types. This is the unique one of the bunch because it's an electric and bug type.
Mm-hmm.
So what I like about Joltik specifically is the fact that it's so tiny that not even other Pokemon notice it.
Yep.
So I say B or A.
I'll agree with B tier. I feel like there could have been a lot more to it, but
Hmm.
I
But by the fact that we got the largest Pokemon next to the smallest Pokemon, it's cute.
mhm.
But Galvantula I really like.
Yep.
It's an electric tarantula.
Mm-hmm.
Also, this is when they introduced the move Electric Web, which is really cool for those spider-like Pokemon. Also, Pikachu learns Electric Web.
How?
I don't know. It's the anime. They can do whatever they want.
Mm-hmm. All
Aim
right.
for the horn.
Yeah. All right. So would you say A or S for this
I
one?
say A.
A. All right. A.
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 All right.
All right.
Pharaoh Seed and Pharaoh Thorn. So,
Is it is it bad if I say I like Pharaoh Seed's design better than Pharaoh Thorn?
wow. Well, I mean, I like both of them, but I definitely prefer Pharaoh Thorn.
Mm.
I think it's, I think in the case of Pharaoh Thorn, because to me, Pharaoh Thorn is so similar to me. It's Scizor in fact by the fact that because it's a grass and steel type, its
Mm-hmm.
only weakness is fire.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was a very competitively viable Pokemon at the time. But besides that, I just like the fact that this is a very menacing Pokemon that could just crawl on ceilings.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, because you can see it with like its little grass spider legs.
Okay, it's not on our ceiling. All
Hmm.
right. So what would you say?
Pharaoh Seed, I say either A or B.
I'd be fine with A. Like I
Hmm.
said, I love the design for Pharaoh Seed.
Yeah, and then Pharaoh Thorn, I would like for it to be an S, but I can also see it being an A.
I'll agree with S. I'll agree with S. mainly because of that last.
Yeah, it's super imposing.
Yep. All right. Next, we've got our Magnemite
Mhm.
clone, which is Clink. So we got Clink, Clang, and Clink Clang.
I hate these.
I'll agree with that.
Like, okay, the names are cool. And I
Mhm.
guess the fact that like, oh, it's adding gear parts as part of its evolution, I think is a neat concept. But it's also just like that's the only thing that changes.
Yeah.
This is like okay.
Yep. I get that.
So I don't know. B
All three.
probably.
All right.
Maybe even C. I don't know.
Let's do C. I'm not overly enthused by these either.
No. Again, they're very strong Pokemon. They are steel types, but they are just steel types.
All right. Speaking of things that are just something, Dynamo. It's just a minnow.
It's just a minnow. It's also its next two evolutions are very stark contrast to Dynamo.
Yes. So I want to put Dynamo at F tier.
I'm okay with that. I'm honestly not super passionate about Dynamo.
Mm-hmm. All right. But now we've got Electric
Hmm.
and Electros.
Okay, so electric, it kind of uggo.
A little bit, but it's also, I think Electric is supposed to be more of like a, like a leech look.
Yeah, well, yeah, they're supposed to be leech Pokemon, and that's what's cool about them.
Yep. So I would like to say at the very least the C tier for that one.
Sure. Electros, I do like the design a little bit better just because it looks a lot more complete.
Hmm.
What banks Electros for me though is the fact that it's an electric type that knows levitate, and because electric types only weakness is ground, that means it's an electric type that is immune to ground type attacks.
Mm, yeah.
So,
I would say at the very least B.
sure.
I would make an argument for A, but you know, I I understand your stance. I feel like B is a good choice.
Mhm.
All right, so next we've got
Elgium and Behem.
thank you.
Okay, so here's the interesting thing about these. So these are aliens. Ooh.
Ooh.
So these were
Alien.
Pokemon that knew the TM number 51.
What's TM51?
So the I'm actually gonna grab my phone real quick. So what do you think about LGM and Behem?
I like them both. I feel like they are cool Pokemon. They have a great look. They haven't steered me wrong in any battles. I would honestly say A tier for both. Maybe S tier for Bohemian.
I want to say
A for both.
A. Uh-huh.
Yeah, okay. Man, this A tier is just filling up.
Yeah. Yeah, it's actually becoming a lot more mid than we originally thought. Um,
The A tier or
both the A tier and the B tier.
A tier is not really mid.
N no, well, I'm counting for both.
Mm, all right.
Okay, so for the record, these are like steel and psychic types.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because I know the TM51 that was used for Gen 6. So Gen 5 was Ally Switch, which is a psychic type move.
Mm-hmm.
Um which makes sense because considering the fact that they are steel and psychic types.
Mm-hmm.
But in Gen 6, because They are allowed to get TM51 because of a reference to Area 51. In Gen 6, they can now know Steel Wing,
Nice.
despite the fact that they don't have wings. So whatever TM51 is for the next generation, I guess they get it. Unless I'm wrong about that. But
Mm.
like, let's see, Gen 7 for well, that depends if they're even available because Gen 8 was when they started to not feature every Pokemon. Because Gen 8, TM51 was Icicle Spear, which is an ice type move. And then Gen 9, it was Sandstorm,
Mm,
which both of those don't make sense for LGM or BEM.
nope, they do not. All right, so moving on, our next Pokemon is Litwick.
Yeah. We got Litwick, um, Lampin? Is it Lampin?
Yep, Lampent and
Lampent and Chandelure.
Chandelure.
Okay, so these are ghost and fire types.
Hmm.
So Litwick, I like that we get a candle,
Yes,
but it's also kind of just a candle.
that is true. So C or B?
I'd say B.
B. All right.
Lampin,
Lampent I like.
I like Lampin. It is just a lantern, but it is a little spooky lantern, so
Hmm.
I say either A or B.
I'm fine with A.
Hmm.
Now, Chandelure, I'm going to fight for S tier for.
Don't fight for it. Put it in S tier. It is
Awesome.
one of my favorite ghost type designs. It's just so spooky and cool.
It is. All right, so moving on, we've got Axew.
Yeah, we get Axew.
Bless you. Come on, it's right there.
Yeah. We got Axew,
Bless you. Fracture
Fracture,
and
and
Haxorus.
Haxorus. So
You're trying really hard not to say it right now, are you?
A or B.
I'm saying A for
Mhm.
all. I'm
Oh,
gonna say well, A for the first two. I
mhm.
want to say S for Haxorus. I get it's kind of a Tyranitar clone.
Well, I don't think of it as a Tyranitar clone. I think it's cool. I like its axe blades that it has on its jawline. I
Hmm.
think it's really cool. I'm just thinking of it compared to the other dragon types that we have in this generation.
Mm.
Um, but I'll say S.
All right.
Because there is a dragon type out of all of these, I think it's just all right.
Hmm.
So yeah.
All right. So next we have Cubchoo.
And Bear Tick. So
Wait, it's not the Arctic? Oh man, I gotta change the name for mine.
mm,
I named mine B Arthur. There goes
uh,
my golden girl.
all right. Culchu, I think is really cute. I
Hmm.
think these are supposed to mimic like Teddy Ursa and Ursaring. Except I think I like these just because they're ice types.
Yes. But
Cubchoo's got like the little like nose drip.
hmm. Yep. So A tier for both.
Sure.
Okay.
Bear Tick, it is just a polar bear, but I do like the ice beard that it has.
Hmm. Yep. All right. So next we have Cryogonal.
I'm gonna be honest, I forget this thing exists sometimes. It's cool.
It is cool.
It's cool. It's cool.
Mhm.
But there
Arnold Schwarzenegger right here from Batman and Robin.
uh uh uh
All right. So would you say this one's at least a B? Because
sure.
I'm gonna be honest, I feel like with how this looks, it would do a disservice if it's not.
Yeah, yeah, I guess so. It's just that when you compare it to other ice types,
Hmm.
and ice types are not the best Pokemon to use in a playthrough, especially pure ice types.
All right.
It's like I don't know. I guess if I were to pick an ice type in this generation, I think I would choose Beartic
Hmm. All right. Next, we've got the Shelmet line. So Shelmet,
and Excelgor.
yep.
Okay, this is the one I wanted to talk about. So with car in the games,
Hmm.
well, in any of the games, but starting in Gen 5, we got Carablast and Shelder, and they have a trade evolution where you can only trade them using those specific two Pokemon. Because what happens is when you switch them, Carablast gets the shell from Shelder, who doesn't have the shell anymore, and becomes an Excelgor.
Mm,
And I think that's really cool.
that's cool.
So Shelter, I think, is all right. I think it should be on the same tier as
You
Carablast.
mean Shelmet?
Oh, is it Shelmet? Oh, it is a Shelmet. Okay, yeah. Sh
Shelter's a different.
yeah, Shelter's Gen 1. These similar names. So, Shelmet, I think it should get a B.
I'll agree with B.
Because, like, it's all right. I kind of like the kissy face. Kissy, 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 kissy.
Hmm.
Um, but Skelgor, I think, is really cool.
Yes.
This is one that I could see him riding a motorcycle.
Yep. Well, I mean, just look at that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. See, that's what's cool about having I mean, even in Gen 5, they were doing like motions with sprites during battle. So
Hmm.
you could see like the scarp flaps flapping.
Yeah.
So I don't know, where would you put Excelgor?
No, I'd say A tier.
All right, yeah. I'd be okay with that. I think it's really cool.
Mm-hmm. All right.
All right, we got Stunfisk, y'all.
Yes, we do.
It's an electric ground type, which I
Mm-hmm.
think is a really cool typing.
That is.
Um,
I can't say it's just fish because it's not just a fish.
well, it's not water type,
No,
so
no. I will say I feel like this form is a little basic.
yeah, I guess so. I will say I kind of prefer the Galarian form,
I do too.
but again, I could see it as either B or an B.
All right, I'll agree with B.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Next, we have Mindful
And
and Mind
it's Mian Fu and Mian Chao.
Mian Mienfu Mien Xiao.
Mm-hmm. So these are fighting types.
Yep,
I kind of like them.
I do too.
I'm not. I do prefer Mian Chao over Mian Fu,
Hmm.
but I do like both.
Yep. So I'd say Mienfu A tier, Mienchu S tier.
Sure. I'd be okay with that. I do think Mian Chao's got like a little bit more of a majestic look to it.
Yeah, it does. Okay, that's why I'm saying that's S tier.
Mm-hmm.
All right, next, Druidigon.
It's Druddigan.
Druidigon, whatever.
Um, I'm gonna be honest. So there's a lot of dragon types that are introduced to Gen 5, and while it's cool that we get a bunch of dragon types, this is probably my least favorite out of all of them. Not because it looks bad, but it's literally just a dragon.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we've said that yet.
No,
It's just a dragon.
it's just a dragon.
Mm-hmm.
But dragons are still cool.
Dragons are still cool, and it's still fine. It's tough looking, but
Hmm.
I think it just gets no more than a B in my book.
I'll agree with B. I will agree with B.
All right, we got
We got Golett and Golark.
yeah. So Golett, I think Golett is all right.
Hmm.
It is a little like stone guy.
Yeah,
These are like rock. Is it rock ghost or ground ghost?
Ground Ghost.
Okay, yeah. So I'll say either B or A for Golett.
I'm gonna say A for Golett because I like Golett's design.
Yeah, Golurk is really cool.
Yes. I'm gonna I don't care if you say it's an A. I'm gonna say this is an S tier.
Sure.
This is my go-to ghost type whenever I'm going for a fight.
To me, it's like a mech, but it's
Mhm.
made completely out of stone and is possessed by spirits.
Yes. All right. So next we have Poniard and my current buddy, B sharp.
Yeah. So Poniard, I think
Mhm.
Poniard is all right. I I think either B or A for Poniard.
I'm gonna say A for Poniard. I like I like the fact that they're taking a chess route with this one.
Hmm. Yeah. Now I really like Bisharp. I think Bisharp's got a pretty slim soldier-like design.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I find it interesting that it got an evolution in Gen 9 with a
Mm-hmm.
King Gambit.
Yep.
Um, because I I don't know if it needed an evolution. I mean, I like King Gambit, but I thought the design already looks complete with Bisharp.
Mm-hmm.
So, what do you say for Bisharp?
I'd say A.
Sure.
I would say A for Bisharp too.
Yeah, it's a it's a soldier.
Yep. All right, moving on. We've got Buffalant.
Buffalant.
Buffalant. Ah,
So if we're going to compare this to Tauros, I actually like it more than Tauros
I do too.
because it's an Afro bull. It's a bull with an afro,
I was gonna say it's a buffalo.
but it's got an afro.
Oh, it does. But to me, it looks more like a buffalo.
I mean, yeah, it is inspired by a buffalo, but it's wearing an afro.
Yeah.
So it's an afro buffalo.
Mm-hmm. All right, so what would you say?
I say A
I will agree with that.
for Buffalon just because of the afro.
I will agree with that. All right. Next, we have Rufflet and its evolution, Bravery or
Braviary.
Braviary.
Okay, so I do prefer these over the unpheasant blind.
Yes.
Uh,
Plus, they're not just birds; they're merkin birds.
yeah, they're Merca. Rufflet is all right, I think. I think it
Mm-hmm.
should just get a B
I'll agree with that.
because it's just a little ruffled up guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's a little eaglet.
Bravery or Braviary.
Yeah, Braviary, I think should get an A
I'll agree with that.
because I I like the look of it. I just don't think it stands out much enough to be S tier,
Mm-hmm.
but I do think it's a cool looking bird.
Yep. All right. Next, we have Valaby and Mandibuzz.
Yeah, so it's actually a Volibee.
Volby.
Volibee and I'm sorry.
Next, you're gonna say it's Rayquaza instead of Rayquaza. That one's a joke. So anyway, where would you rank these two?
Okay,
Because in
so
my mind, they're just vultures.
they are just vultures. Here's the thing about Volibee though. I don't like the diaper.
I don't either.
To me, he's just Volibee is like this annoying little toddler.
It's kind of like a worse version of Togepi.
I've not thought about it that way, and just because of that, I think it should just be in a lower tier.
So F tier.
You know what? Yeah, I don't care.
All right. How about Mandibuzz?
Okay, I actually do like Mandibuzz. I like some of the bone structures that it has placed all over. Um,
Okay.
so I say yay or B.
I'm fine with B.
Hmm.
All right. Next, we have Heatmore.
Okay, this is a very underrated Pokemon that does not get enough attention. It's a fire ant eater.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I think because of that, it should get an A.
I will agree with that. I will agree with that.
I think the reason why it didn't get enough attention was that it was kind of a late capture in Gen 5 next to Durant. But unlike Heatmore, Durant actually has had competitive use
Mm-hmm.
because of its ability that it had.
Yeah.
Um, It actually had the same ability as slacking, which is truant.
Mm.
Um, but it could actually make good use out of it.
All right.
But Durant is kind of just an ant.
It is.
It's not bad looking.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
I'd say B tier.
Yeah, I say B.
Like you mentioned, it's got a lot of competitive, like a good competitive side to it, but
At least it did back in the day.
it still does.
Hmm.
I can still wreak havoc with it. And
Hmm.
all right. So now we have the German dragon.
Yeah,
We're
We got Dino, Zawilus, and Hydreigon.
no, it is Dino. Die Zvylos. And then yeah, Hydreigon.
Hmm.
Which, by the way, in German, one, two, three.
Mm.
Don't ask me about any other German words because I did not take German. I took Spanish.
I never took German. Um, so this is our pseudo legendary for this generation. Now, it is yet another dragon type, much like Garchomp, but
But unlike Garchomp,
mhm,
it's got extra heads.
it does have extra heads, which makes it cool.
It kind of reminds me of Bakugan.
Yeah.
The one main enemy had, it was just started off like a normal dragon, then it got a second head, and then all of a sudden it got extra heads.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. I'm trying to remember the name. It's not ringing a bell to me. It's been a while since I watched Bakugan.
Hmm.
But I'll say for Dino, it is kind of basic. Um,
Hmm.
it's kind of like, eh.
Yeah. I'd say B tier for.
Yeah, sure. B for Dino.
Are you dyslexic? B's and D's mix.
No, I said B.
B for Dino. It's a D.
Okay, I think Zweilous should get an A.
I will agree with that one.
Yeah, and then
Is
Hydreigon,
A for Zwilus?
yeah, Hydreigon, I do want to give an S too.
Yep, I will agree.
And this was a very powerful Pokemon at the time until the next generation when fairy types get introduced. And so it becomes very much weak to fairy types because it's both a dark and dragon type. I will
Mhm.
just say one thing, this is the hardest pseudo legendary to evolve. It is so high of a level that it makes it hard to have it in a playthrough team.
Mhm.
That's my only drawback with it. But design, so fire. Speaking of fire, we've got another set of bug types. Bug fire types, actually.
Mhm.
We got
Larvesta and Volcarona.
yeah. So Larvesta, I think is all right. I think it should at least get a B.
I'll agree with B.
But Volcarona is a fire moth.
Yes.
And I remember that in the games in the desert, you go inside a pyramid and you could catch one there.
Right.
So I say either A or S for Volcarona.
I'd say S. I like Volcarona's design. It
Hmm.
kind of looks like Mothra from the Kaiju verse.
Yeah, we could have Volcarona versus Tyranitar.
All right.
Wait a minute, but who would be the Pokemon version for King Kong?
Rillaboom.
Okay, yeah, I guess I could see that. Okay, now we're getting into our legendary Pokemon, starting with the Swords of Justice, as our trio likes to be called.
Mm-hmm.
So we got Cobalion,
Mm-hmm.
uh,
Terrakion.
Terrakion, and Virizion. Now, Virizion.
I was gonna say. All right. I'm gonna be honest.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really have an opinion on them. Like Cobalion and Verizon's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Not a big fan of Terrakion.
I kind of feel the same way. Um, I say, I don't know, where would you put Kobalion at?
I'd be fine with putting Kabbalion at B, maybe A.
I say Kobalion gets an A
Okay,
because like I like its stature.
I get that.
And Verizon, I think either A or B.
Yeah, Verizon would be the same for me. So why don't we stick that one at A?
Yeah. And then Terrakion is my least favorite.
Yeah, I'd say B or C.
I say B
B.
because I kind of like it.
All right.
But it is also kind of whatever for me.
I like.
Now we're getting to the genies.
Yep.
Well, two of the genies.
Tornus, Thunderous.
So the thing about these genies is that they have sky forms and land forms,
Mm-hmm.
and I think they all look ugly.
I'll agree. I'll agree.
Um, I mean, can we just rank the genie forms? Like,
Yeah.
it just count it all for one.
Mm-hmm.
So, um, what is it? Thunders is the blue one. What's the green one?
Tornadus.
Tornadus. So Tornadus is probably my favorite in terms of its land form, its Therian form, as it's called.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I say B
I'll agree with B.
for Tornadus.
Yep, I will agree with B.
And then Thunderous,
I mean, the blue looks pretty cool
the
on it.
blue looks cool. B.
Sure. I was gonna say either B or A.
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay, so we got our two box art legendaries for this generation, at least for in case of black and white,
Mm-hmm.
because the next set of legendaries actually didn't come out until Black and White 2.
Mm-hmm.
So we got Reshiram and Zekrom. So Black and White had this really cool theme, which was about like truth and ideals,
Mm-hmm.
because uh Reshiram and Zekrom used to be one dragon with another dragon that we will talk about, Kiram. So
Mm-hmm.
I say, so like Kiram was like this empty hux, and then Reshiram represented truth, and Zekrom represented ideals. Um, and Black and White also had a really cool storyline, probably one of the best storylines in Pokemon, period.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but Reshiram and Zekrom are another case like the previous set of legendaries with Dialga and Palkia and Giratina and Arceus, where it's like they look like Yu-Gi-Oh monsters
They do.
to me. They still look cool.
Mm-hmm.
And I used Reshiram back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they also had very cool moves where it's like Reshiram is a dragon fire type, so it has fusion flare, and then Zekrom's move was like uh electric move, something having to do with fusion. But it's a
Right.
dragon electric type. Um, I don't know, where would you put these?
I'd put both of them in A. I wouldn't necessarily like I could see an argument for S, but I think compared to some of the others,
Yeah, I feel the same.
so A.
Sometimes I do prefer one over the other, but like I think they're both the same. So much
Mm-hmm.
for having truths and ideals.
Yeah. All right. So next we have
We got the last genie, which is Landorus. I don't like Landorus. Landorus is my least favorite of the genies, and
I'd
its Therian form is very ugly.
I'd agree. So do we want to go C?
Sure.
All right. All right. Now, next on the or next for numbers
Mm-hmm.
is Kiram,
Mm-hmm.
but then we also have Kiram White and then Kiram Black.
I
So,
want to rank them all separately.
all right, cool.
So let's rank regular Kyurem first.
Yep.
So, as I mentioned, this is just the empty husk. This is the
Hmm.
dragon ice type.
Yep.
Um, so in black and white, you just find it in a cave, but it becomes more important in black and white too, which depending on your version of the game, Kirim uh, fuses with Reshiram to become Kirim White, and if it
Hmm.
fuses with Zekrom, it becomes Kirim Black.
Yep.
In terms of Kirim itself, I think it's all right. I mean, it is supposed to mimic an empty husk, but I say B.
I'll agree with B.
Now, Kirim White and Black,
Hmm.
I'm gonna be honest, like it's cool that we got fusion designs, and I did like these at the time, but now they just kind of feel all over the place for me.
Mm, all right. So would you say A for these two at least? Because
Sure,
I like the designs and I like the idea of fusing two Pokemon together.
I like the idea too. It's just that I don't know. Sometimes they look like abominations, but then again,
Well, then again, you're here, so.
okay. Now, we actually get to a mythical Pokemon that I actually used back in the day because Black and White 2 had it. Their mystery gift Pokemon for when you first get the game is Keldeo.
Hmm.
So this is Keldeo. This is the fourth member of the Swords of Justice, and he's my favorite.
Yep. I would
Um,
agree.
um, I like his secondary form that he has. Um, it's a water fighting type. All the Swords of Justice are a fighting type plus one other type. Um, I say Keldeo. I don't know. Would you think A?
I Yeah, I'm fine with A. I'm gonna go with no, that's the first form. We'll go with this form. There we go.
Yeah.
All right. So next we have Meliota.
Meloetta.
Meloetta. Whatever.
Um, so I really like Meloetta. I find it kind of weird how like it's inspired by like pop stars. Because it's got like a speaker headphone next to its design.
Hmm.
But I like the music related stuff for Pokemon.
Yeah.
I think and I like how its hair kind of mimics like
Yes.
staff music notes.
Yep.
So I say A
I'll agree with A.
for Meloetta.
I will agree with A.
Hmm.
And then the last one we have is Genesect.
So I really like Genesect, and it kind of uh goes into the role of like Team Plasma and how uh kind of like similar to Mewtwo, they resurrected an ancient species of Pokemon, but unlike Mewtwo, they kind of like Mewtwo had it where he was fused with the DNA of Mew. Genesect had it where it's like they're formed by like technological bits. And
Mm,
also the red Genesect is a very great shiny.
the burn one?
No, not that one. Those are like the different like fusion typings that it has. Because whatever
Uh,
color blaster it has, it blasts that type.
hmm.
No, the red Genesect, the shiny one,
Okay.
so cool.
All right. So where would you rank Genesect?
Honestly, I say yes.
I'll agree with S.
I think it's cool.
Yep. So we started with an S and then we finish with an S. So let's see if I can fit them all on one page without having to change it. So here is our Gen 5 Pokemon ranking. As you can tell, we've got 24 Pokemon in the S tier. On the A tier, we have 68. B tier, we've got 46. C tier, we've got 13. D tier, we have 7. And then F tier, we have 4. Now, if I had my paper with me, I would gladly let you know where that ranks all of the Pokemon.
Mhm.
but I don't. So we'll just have to go through that in the next tier list.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't think that was that bad as I thought it was gonna be,
No.
considering the fact there was more Pokemon in here than in Gen 1.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like I said, I feel like part of that's just because we've gone through this process enough times where we're
Hmm.
slowly getting better, slowly getting faster.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
all right. And then, as per usual with this, let's look at community ranking, or at least one community
Yeah.
ranking. So this is someone else, or yep, someone else's. They put a lot more in B.
Wow.
Yep, they put Victini in A, Zarura in A. Huh.
They, oh wait, no.
They put Deerling in the or in D tier.
Yeah, this is clearly people that don't really care for the starters, which makes sense. However, they did think that should be C tier, and I'm okay with it. But they
Mm-hmm.
put Swanna in B, so
Mm-hmm.
immediate disapproval there.
Mm-hmm. I mean, honestly, I'm not overly upset about
No,
this one.
no, I'm not. Again, it's like this is our opinion, you know.
Right.
It's whatever at the end of the day. We might even look back at some of these tier lists and we're like, what the hell were we thinking?
That's true. Oh, why did this do this? Hold on. There we go. Yep. So here is our just one last look at our Unova tier list. I think doesn't that make this the halfway point? Technically,
For the
for
generation
gens.
for gens,
Yep, for the
but
gens.
that also depends on when we get to the other tier list by the time Gen 10 comes.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but since we're done with like Gen 5 now the tier lists are going to become a lot shorter because we're getting to the point where starting with Gen 6, they uh start decreasing the amount of like normal Pokemon that they have.
Mm-hmm.
Part of it is for like gimmick forms, part of it is just the fact of like development. Again, I want to actually talk about the games themselves in like later videos, so that way we talk about gameplay changes, some of the locations, the people, the
Mm-hmm.
stories,
Yep.
or what is generally considered stories. Um, but you know, as it goes, it's like the heart and soul of the Pokemon games are the Pokemon themselves,
Yep.
you know, because without them, they just be bare bones RPGs.
Yep.
Um, but with them, they make the adventure a lot more fun and a lot more um interesting when you play like certain challenges with them.
Mm-hmm.
So with that, that concludes our Gen 5 tier list,
Yep.
and it's Xavier's topic for next week.
Yep. I've got an idea for the topic. I don't I know we're gonna be planning on recording something. I don't know if that's gonna be what the next topic is or if that's something that we're gonna have to save for a different day. But I think I got a couple of pretty good topics coming up.
Hmm.
But with that being said, I think this concludes our ranking or our episode. So I'm Xavier Dean.
I'm Jacob Green.
We're wishing you a wonderful day. Stay safe, stay cool or warm out there, depending on where you're at. And above all else, have a wonderful week.